Hi, Fiona from New Zealand Stitch Bird. Welcome today. If you're new to my channel, it's all about my journey sewing my own clothes, the successful ones and the ones that I'm not quite so happy about. And today I'm going to talk to you about the top that I'm wearing that I've put in for Sew Fruity 25, which is a, listen as my hair's all over the place, is a Instagram competition. I'll talk about that, and also I've trialed my leopard print dress that's been ongoing for the last couple of weeks with some different pieces to see if I can make it work. I have to say my husband wasn't very complimentary. He said I would be good at a wildlife park. In Christchurch we have Arana Park, which is a famous nature wildlife reserve. Yeah, he's not always the most complimentary bloke, but when something does look nice and he says it looks nice, well then I know that he's telling the truth. Go figure. Anyway, today is all about the blouse that I'm wearing. It is a very extensive make. It is called the Rianne blouse, and I'm just looking at some notes I've made down here so I don't miss anything out, by Designer Stitch. So I'll put the name of it just along the bottom of the screen there, and I'll also put a link below in the description on how you can locate this pattern. So this pattern is made of multiple pieces for the bodice. As you can see, you've got this top bodice piece, you've got these two pieces there, and then there's a bit at the bottom, and I'll put pics of me wearing it so you can see the detail. These two panels here are pin tucked, and you pin tuck it before you cut it out, and you make sure that you've got the pin tucks going the same direction. And I nearly made a mistake with that, but it worked out in the end. That was all good. It's got a placket down the front, a very tiny wee collar at the top, buttons down the front, so it is a proper placket. The sleeves come in two different lengths. You can have the 3/4 or the full length sleeve, and I'm sure you could do multiple ideas with this sleeve. I made the size 8, which is the size 16 in a B cup, and they do have an A cup as well, and I thought it'd just be good just having a bit of extra room around here. And I have to say the size I think is pretty much spot on. It fits me across the shoulders here. It has a back yoke with gathers, and it also has this insertion lace. You've got insertion lace going right down the front and the side panels, going across to connect these three pieces here, and also a piece that goes across the back yoke. The yoke is doubled, and the little band that goes around the sleeve, you have a little button and buttonhole. I probably don't actually need to undo those. It's probably more for show. They fit my wrists or my arms comfortably. So what else can I tell you about this pattern? So the insertion lace they have mentioned in the pattern should be about 6 mil. Well, mine's not. Mine is more like 3/8 of an inch, which is about 1 centimetre. So I've got to put a pic up there during the process of making it, because obviously my front ended up being quite a bit longer than my side pieces, so I just had to trim a bit off the front. So I'll show you how I did that, because I couldn't find any 6mm insertion lace, and I'd got this already from a local store in Christchurch, so I thought I'm going to use it. And I like the width of this actually. I think it's quite good. On these seam lines here underneath, I've overlocked, and you top stitch it all down as well, and you even top stitch down these side bits too. I've done a French seam on my sleeves and on my side seams. As I said, it's got the double yoke at the back, so most of the seams and stuff are really nicely hidden. And I'm actually wearing a dark colour bra on this today, and you can't really tell too much, so it's quite good, the fact that you can't see too much through the holes. So I think that's good too. I like where this bit sits. It sits in a good part of your body. It's got nice little gathers along here, which you'll see in my pic, that just give you the extra room in the front. I think I'll definitely be making this again, but I have to say it was a huge make. I cut it out and started it one evening, and I got as far as completing one side, and I spent the whole pretty much of the next day finishing the rest. Just purely because you've got all these different pieces to piece together, and the sleeves have got a placket here as well, so I did that. So and just all the top stitching, so it does take a wee while. I personally would say this would be more an advanced sewing pattern, intermediate to advanced, definitely not a beginner pattern because it's just so detailed. And there was a couple of little, I mentioned the other week when I was talking about this pattern that I thought the instructions were quite good, but there's a couple of points in the pattern where they miss a couple of steps, because I wasn't sure whether I would be top stitching the collar from this side. I prefer to do it around that way, but I did it from the other side and I top stitched around. And I've put a label in the back. I think I've taken a picture of that. If I haven't, I'll put one in. And I put, this make has taken me forever, which it pretty much did. What else can I tell you? The sleeves went in really well. The pieces fitted together really well, apart from the extra length I had here, but that didn't matter. I just shortened my other front piece and that worked out fine. So yeah, it goes from size 1 through to size 9, and it's got the sizes here. Oh, there's a pic of the actual line art, so you get to see the pics at the back. I think it's a really pretty blouse, and personally it would look nice in a linen, a plain colour to show off all the detail in it. Probably gets a bit lost in the pattern, but I just really wanted to try it, and because we had this So Fruity competition, I thought, well, it's a good time to try it. I've got plenty of this left, so I could do another one, and you could do a different colour too. And in the examples, I think they've got a lady that's got a dark colour here, which looks quite nice too. So as I said, it goes from a size 1 through to a size 13, and that is a UK Australian size 6 to 30, a bust of 32 to 56. So quite a good size range, I feel. And it's good that they've got both the A and B cup, which is really good. And it's got all the measurements, what it will measure, what you need for the centre back, centre front, bust, step, bust, separation. It's got heaps of measurements going all down the side here. But because I figure it's quite a loose fitting sort of a garment, I don't think I need to be too fussy with that side of things. But I think it's standard with all the patterns because it's got here about total crotch length. Well, obviously this doesn't have a crotch. Anyway, so that was, took me quite a bit of time to do it, but I don't regret it. It was, even though it was quite an intense make, I found it, because it was a wee bit more challenging, I actually enjoyed it. I just sometimes get a bit sick of these really easy make things. It depends what kind of mood you're in. I'm probably quite happy now to do an easier make because I've done a harder make. So just like mixing it up a little bit. I purchased the Lane pants pattern. Following along for my video the other week, all my troubles with pants fittings and things like that, I bought the Lane pants by Sydney Graham, which has been all over the internet and the sewing world. So that is my next job, is to try them out and see how they go. It's going to be really interesting because people just rave about them. They rave about the fit, they rave about how easy they are to make, and also the fact that you can alter them. So we'll see how it turns out. So that will be coming up in my next video. But getting back to this leopard print dress that my husband was quite, well, let's say a little bit rude. Anyway, I have put some pics in here, and I'm probably just going to quickly do an a voice over of what I'm wearing, just to explain. But I've basically layered it up with a jersey over the top, with a sleeveless vest over the top. opening it up and wearing something underneath it. I'm still not sure about it. Whether I actually wear it, even if I just wear it casually, I don't know. Maybe it'd be a great swimsuit cover up. I don't know. Anyway, just to give you some ideas what I've been trying to do to make it a worthy make, I'll do a voiceover of the pictures. So that's it for me. It's quite a quick one because I'm heading off to Queenstown this week, and hopefully get a chance to spend a bit more time doing some planning. And I've got a sneaky way that I'm going to do some planning, and I'll talk about that also in my next video. Anyway, thanks for watching. See what you think of these pics. You can be honest. Anyway, happy sewing. Until next time, we'll catch you later. On with the leopard print dress. Bye. I forgot to mention about the Sew Ready Challenge, so here's the information. Tomorrow you post on Instagram to Blossom Sandwich. This is a back view of my dress, so I didn't get a front view with it just being plain. This is with a fur vest, and it's quite cozy, this look, with my brown bag with a quilted vest. I think I prefer the quilted vest. But anyway, this is now with a long merino cardigan in the same tones as the brown in the dress. This is wearing a brown jersey over the top, and it's got a scalloped edge to the bottom. So it kind of looks like a skirt. Opened up now. I've got a brown t-shirt tucked into my pants, and this is with it untucked with the dress open. I think I actually prefer this. What do you prefer? Thanks for watching. Bye.